Greetings, my fellow freedom low sovereign thinkers. Thank you for tuning in to LO3 Podcast. My name is Craig, transmitting from the wild, wonderful mountain state, and today's date is Monday, August 16th, 2021. Yes, finally got some rain. Not flooding, but it's been constant, which is good. So, it's about time. Yeah, so I'm just kicking back and enjoying it. Because a lot of people's lands have been dry, so now we could do work on it. So I'm very pleased about that. Yeah, so I got this through on a Telegram account, and one of my colleagues down in Florida sent this out from Floridians First. Hats off to Gabriel Carrera, good mate. So don't worry, brother, I'll be down there soon. Don't crucify me when I come back. Yeah, so I have a mission to do, but I'm gonna be reading this. This is from the Floridian, by the way, and this one here is entitled "Florida GOP official DeNapoli investigated for potential felony voter fraud." Alleged voter fraud, Florida GOP corruption, and lying about military service. It is written by Javier Manjares. Came out today. The chairman of the Grievance Committee for the Republican Party of Florida and current state committeeman for Broward County, Richard Lee DeNapoli, may have committed felony voter fraud after he allegedly voted twice in two different Florida counties during the 2014 midterm election, an election in which he was a candidate for Florida State Representative District 74 in Sarasota County. The Floridian commenced an investigation into Mr. DeNapoli's voting history after receiving a tip from a protected source. In the course of that investigation, evidence was uncovered that he voted by mail in Florida and Broward County in both 2014 primary and general elections. Our evidence was quickly turned over to the Florida Department of Law Enforcement for their review. The FDLE opened a case concerning Mr. DeNapoli, and according to a letter obtained by the Floridian regarding case number MI 732325, Mr. DeNapoli appears to have escaped prosecution for voting twice in the election due to an expiration date of the statute of limitations. In the letter, FDLE Special Agent Kenneth Haberland confirmed with law enforcement agency's regional legal advisor Jackie Boswell that statute of limitation had expired and that the agency would not pursue criminal charges against Mr. DeNapoli. In addition, Broward County Assistant State Attorney Chris Killeran, who is the supervisor of the Public Corruption Unit and was contacted by S.A. Haberland, initially said that the statute of limitations had expired. Once the FDLE concluded their inquiry in the case and had the report approved for public records, the legal department within the agency released a letter to the Floridian. Florida Statute 104.18, casting more than one ballot at any election states, except it is provided in Florida Statute 101.6952. Whoever willfully votes more than one ballot at any election commits a felony of the third degree, punishable as provided in Statute 775.082, 083, or 084. Anyone arrested and convicted of violating Florida Statute 104.18 in an election could face a prison term of up to 5 years and or fine of $5,000. And here you can read the letter on this investigative report, or as it reads around here, on July 26, 2021, the Florida Department of Law Enforcement Special Agent received a call from Javier Manjares, hereafter referred to as Manjares, where he alleged that he had documentation on Richard Lee DeNapoli, hereafter referred to as DeNapoli, where he voted twice in two different counties in 2014. S.A. Haberland contacted Broward County Assistant Attorney Chris Curlin, supervisor of the Public Corruption Unit. ASA Kelleran stated that he had spoken to Karen Tyan. I'm getting these vibrates. Excuse me here. Okay, now I got it. Sorry about that, folks. I'll just start from the second paragraph. S.A. Harlan contacted Broward County Assistant Attorney ASA Chris Curlin, supervisor of the Public Corruption Unit. ASA stated he's spoken. Yep, so it's all the same thing. It's all the same thing. So there's a letter for that. And the author and all that. So it's all, just will give you all the facts on the case and so forth. And his letter. And of course, newly found evidence and documents of potential voter fraud can come on the heels of the Florida Governor Ron DeSantis signing the controversial SB 90 voter integrity bill into law, and former President Trump alleging mass felony voter fraud in the 2020 presidential election. President Trump's assertion that felony voter fraud was committed is centered around the same vote by mail method of voting DeNapoli appears to have partaken when he allegedly voted by mail twice in Sarasota County and twice in Broward County during the 2014 election cycle. When he signed the bill into law, Governor DeSantis highlighted many features of the measure, including voter ID regulation for voting by mail, creating limits on who can pick up and return a voter's ballot, and banning private funding for elections. Florida, your vote counts, and your vote is going to be cast with integrity and transparency, and that is a great place for democracy. DeSantis, upon signing the bill into law, during the 2018 election cycle, DeNapoli tried to become a self-proclaimed champion for voter integrity. In official public records obtained from the Sarasota County Supervisor of Elections, DeNapoli voted by mail in both Republican primary and general elections in 2014. That the same election cycle, DeNapoli was a candidate for Florida's House of Representatives, Sarasota 74th District, and was crushed in the primary by former state representative Julio Gonzalez. The Floridian also obtained DeNapoli's voting history record from the Broward County Supervisor elections, where his voting record was also clear. According to those records, DeNapoli also voted by mail in Broward County in both the Republican primary and general elections, despite appearing to already having cast his ballots in Sarasota County. And you can look it up for yourself. And as it says right here, he voted by mail on the 4th. It's the election on November 4th, 2014, and August 26th, 2014, general and primary. They both voted by mail. And of course, in 10-7, is voting record in Sarasota County. Did the same thing for the primaries, 8/26/204, 2014, and November 4th, 2014. That's both general and elections, and he voted by mail. So lucky that he voted 4 times. So it's like interesting, right? According to the records. Okay, Broward County voting record Richard DeNapoli. Of course, DeNapoli's former wife, who in court documents has accused DeNapoli of withholding court-ordered child support, alimony, and other agreed-upon items in the divorce arrangement, also voted 4 times in those same 2 elections. Representatives from both Sarasota and Broward supervisors of elections confirmed that they could only access their respective county election records, and that DeNapoli's voter information, including his voting history and method of voting, are accurate in both counties. They added that all ballots of the 2014 election have been destroyed per Florida statute. So, all right. But while the FDLE closed out this case, the Department of Justice could be up to bat next. During the 2 elections in which DeNapoli allegedly committed voter fraud, federal candidates were also on all the ballots in question. When felony voter fraud is committed in elections with candidates for federal office, it becomes a federal crime. For this reason, the Federal Bureau of Investigations, FBI, is said to be looking into a felony voter fraud matter. But this is not the first time DeNapoli's election integrity has been brought into question. According to the Palm Beach County Supervisor of Elections, in a sworn statement, DeNapoli stated that he lived in Palm Beach County, where he applied to run for a county commission seat in 2006. DeNapoli's homestead exemption has always been attached to the Hollywood home he inherited from his grandparents, and then was moved to his home in Venice. Florida for a couple of years. He lived there. By his own admission, an email obtained by the Floridian, DeNapoli admits that he used his girlfriend's place that in a sworn affidavit for his candidacy for county commission. And hold on here. So this guy's like a career politician. Good grief. And of course, Google alert DeNapoli. It says here you go. He made his claim before. You only have to be a candidate upon election. What a dumbass. Plus, it was my girlfriend's place, and I never filed the official qualification for papers for the race because I dropped out a couple of days later. All right, so that's one of his claims. Lying on state documents committing stolen valor. On June 24, 2007, DeNapoli filed out and had notarized an application for a gubernatorial appointment to the Florida Legislative Committee on Internal Government Affairs for the Chris gubernatorial transition office, and may have committed what many individuals call stolen valor. The application to DeNapoli not only doesn't state Palm Beach County address, as he said he lived and that he ran for the county commission, but he listed that he was honorably discharged from the military, when in fact he only received a entry-level separation and not an honorable separation or discharge. According to the letter by the Department of Navy, DeNapoli obtained and disseminated a campaign mailer where he ran for office in Sarasota. DeNapoli only served active duty training from January 19, 2003 to February 2003. Did not receive an honorable discharge and was disenrolled. And here, of course, here's the questions asked about the military service, and he made a statement. He wrote on here, he claimed he was in the Marines. Okay, date of service. He was an officer candidate school from the U.S. Marines. Date of service here is January 2003 to February 2003. Of course, branch or component, USMC, office candidate school. And the date of discharge, February 2003, honorable voluntary dropped after injury. Here's the applicants told, list of 5 places of residence. You can see it all right here. Hollywood, I'll just go by the areas. Go Hollywood, Florida, Orlando, Florida, Quinton, Virginia, Bronx, New York. All right, so he's trying to bring his looks like he's trying to bring his infections down here, with all due respect. So, you were disenrolled from the program on February 5th, 2003 as an entry-level separation. Individuals separated for this reason do not receive a discharge certificate or a certificate of service. Reads the letter. The DD Form 2014 is prepared only upon release or discharge from active duty, initial role of active duty for training, or for a period of active duty for training of 90 days or more. Since you did not serve on active duty while a member of the Marine Corps Reserve, other than active duty for training, you're not entitled to a DD Form 2014. And you can read the letter yourself. It's in here. So the Department of Defense. So his LCIR application. Per letter, DeNapoli did not receive an honorable discharge as he stated into the application. In addition, a new public records request has been made for a 2020 application for a gubernatorial appointment. DeNapoli submitted to the DeSantis administration. This application is said to be submitted for a position in the South Florida Water Management District and is currently being reviewed for release to comply with public records requests. The application could also show that DeNapoli also stated that he received an honorable discharge in 2003. According to the aforementioned FDLE legal advisor, this newly filed application could be an actionable second allegation mentioned in the FDLE letter. If DeNapoli stated that he received an honorable discharge again, Mr. DeNapoli cannot be reached for comment. A Broward County-centric grassroots organization by the name of Floridians First has also just filed a recall Rhino Richard DeNapoli campaign in hopes to have him removed from his position as a state committeeman. Well, at least he was nice to put that in there too. So it looks like, based on the documentation, there's a thing called prima facie just cause. All right? It means on his face in Latin. And now, that particular motion can be used as recall, the merits of the actions of Mr. DeNapoli. I never met this man, so I can't really say. I think I've probably seen him a few times. However, when it's disturbing. It doesn't matter what party you in. When you got people who are corrupt and they claim to take things for granted, and they all believe the other people in the committees, and these committees are imbeciles. Okay, no, they're the boss, not him. That's a fact. Okay, they're the oversight, not this man. All right, and don't get me wrong, it's alleged because he's innocent until proven guilty. If there is federal prosecution towards this gentleman, but right things I'm going. There's some of the videos I've seen. I'm not too keen with them, and I say that in good faith. I'm not here to judge, but based on his exhibition, it's like, who are you? Like you're worse than you. Sounds like sometimes he sounds like a used car salesman. So I'm not really too fond of some of his actions. But I'm not going to say he's guilty of proven innocence. So I'll be fair. It's got to be due process, by the book, right to a fair trial and all that. Because if you don't do it for him, you do it for. It means you could be next. None of this mob justice, Lizzie Borden syndrome. Okay, and even look what happened with what's his name, Derek Chauvin, Officer Derek Chauvin. Mob justice. We don't want that. We want things by the book. So, but now there's a bigger reason now that the recall actions can be implemented. So, if DeNapoli admit his mistakes, he'll be honorable enough to step down as a state committeeman in Broward County. If not, repercussions will be a lot worse. And like I tell people, you'd rather hear from me than someone else. And that will be it. I thank everyone for listening. Plus, feel free to download and share us throughout your social media networks. If you have any questions, comments, if you send something interesting, check out whatever you do, please send your correspondence to the Quorum. Furthermore, I'll leave the footnote of this article on my speaker page. And if you want to contact me, you can go to LokiLuck03@protonmail.com. If you want to do a donation, you can go to paypal.me or cash.app/LokiLuck3. If you want to support Floridian Press, do it. Subscribe, donate. They got their pros and cons, like always observe responsibly. But I do have to say this article is interesting, okay? All right, folks, once again, thank you for your time. Plus, always remember that demoniac resistance is healthy for the soul and can liberate humanity. Until next time, take care of yourselves. Keep on spreading the love, and may your guardian spirits be with you.